Hey, welcome back to the vlog. Guess what? The other day, didn't want you to know this, but yeah, it was my birthday. I'm what they say, 49 and experienced. Here's the note. It says, happy birthday, Rick. I'm looking forward to my send-off, Pat, Tamra in Arizona. You are such a sweetheart. Thank you so much. I hate getting older. That's right, though. I can grow old. I just won't grow up. As you guys see every day on the vlog. All right, we got some fun stuff to talk about today. Thanks for joining us. Trunk in the front. Wow. Hey guys, we have some legs for you today on Flashback Friday. That's coming up in just a second. And how many times on this channel that we've shared with you in just a fun, nutty way, you guys have shared the same thing with me as well. How often you find Corvette logos and emblems in just odd, weird places. And sometimes they're hiding in plain sight. Right behind me is the 2020 Chevy Blazer. Has anybody ever looked at the front grille on this thing? Check this out. See, I told you guys, does that not look like a Stingray emblem on the Chevy Blazer? Now, is that a hint of what's to come? Is Corvette going to become an SUV as well as a two-door sports car? We're going to go into an in-depth conversation on that in a future vlog because in my heart, I think for the diversity of this brand and the future of this brand, I think a Corvette SUV, especially now in today's marketplace, even more so than I thought 15 years ago, I think it makes a lot of sense. We'll talk more about that. In fact, just recently, Motor Trend announced that 2021 Camaro's coming out with this SUV thing called the E28. I guess it's going to compete with the Mustang Mach-E. So I would kind of hold your comments on that subject because, like I said, we're going to go into a deep dive and give you some justification on why, just personally, I think, as a Corvette fan, why I never really thought, but like I said, it makes a lot of sense and why it does make sense going forward in the future. So you guys can throw shots, eggs, make comments all you want. I'm looking out for the brand of Corvette and keeping that going. I really want to see it keep going because think about it just for a quick second. I mean, how long can we sustain just a two-door sports car? Now, let's face it, right now this mid-engine thing is just remarkable and what a great future we have right there. But after that, where do you go? So conversation on that coming up soon on this channel. Make sure you subscribe and you hit the bell notification so you don't miss those uploads. We have great conversations and a lot of fun with the people that love this car and that are buying this car. Trunk in the front. Wow. All right, you guys, thanks again for taking the time to watch. I appreciate you being here on the channel. And before we get into our Flashback Friday segment, in case you missed it yesterday, I don't know how you could. It's all over the news, all over social media. We played two. I'm sorry, it came at Corvette's expense. I don't know how this happened. Somebody's sleeping at the wheel. Just on a street in Detroit, the C8 Corvette was vandalized. Tires were stolen. So I jumped on social media, but I didn't want to share the same article that everybody else was. I wanted to have some fun with it. So I said, hey kids, come on over to the big top and see what the all-new C8 Corvette can do. It can balance with no wheels. And of course, one cinder block. Then, of course, using my investigative intuition, I found the stolen wheels. Yeah, right there at a rusted old Escort. It's probably where they're at, for real. Oh man, I'll tell you, what a couple of weeks it's been for Team Corvette. I mean, just recently, the two engineers getting arrested for racing in the street, and rumor is that they got fired. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I was kind of afraid that was going to happen. And of course, this just happens to the Corvette with the wheels getting stolen. People said, oh, you got to put a lock nut on that. Let me tell you something. I had a dealership I was running up in Wisconsin. We had lock nuts on all the cars. And I need to have one here to show you guys. Hang on a second. I just have some paint for the sake of conversation. So one day I came in to look at the cars, and I always walk the inventory. And so one car looked off a little bit in height, so I'm thinking that there's a flat tire or something. So I go up to it, and here it is. It's sitting on milk cartons, and right by each of the wheels there was, pretend this is a locking nut, all right? This is standing, not laying down, it's standing upright at each wheel very evenly, letting us know we got them anyways. Yeah, they busted the post office, stuff like that. So lock nuts are only good to a certain extent. They're a little bit of a deterrent. They're supposed to slow you down. Oh man, and speaking of slowing down, we don't want to see any of that this weekend. That's right, C8R Rolex 24 hours. We'll talk more about that on Sunday. Good luck to Team Corvette.
It is a dream 60 years in the making. One man's vision, born on tracks the world over, honed in competition, perfected by generations of true believers. His name was Zora, the father of the Corvette. His vision was to build a mid-engine supercar, rivaling any car built anywhere, attainable by anyone who loves driving. And now, after years of competitions and checkered flags, endless days and endless nights, this mid-engine land-based missile, the most powerful, most technologically advanced machine ever to wear the crossed flags, is about to race from dream to reality. Corvette C8R.
Oh yeah, I got that jacket on that KARL got me. Let me tell you something, this thing is extremely warm. I mean, I would climb Mount Everest in this thing. Speaking of conversations that are real that we have on this channel, the video that we did, about a week ago, talking about what you guys ordered, I give you a little sampling of that. That video is really picking up some legs thanks to CorvetteForum.com, Motor1.com, and MSN just shared that video. I really do appreciate that. I love being able to just have those conversations and just, people want to know what was really going on. Let's cut the fluff. What's really happening in the marketplace? Even like the call we did the other day, just an impromptu vlog. I shared the conversation I have just endless with you guys. I actually just recorded that one. It was a lot of fun talking to Mike from Utah while he was vacationing in Mexico. In case you missed that video, link is down below in the description. And he and I just had the conversation going over his entire order, where he didn't think that he could change colors and change packages. No, not at all. That's what that's all about. When it's time to release those orders, I told you guys many times over on this channel, I don't care if Mr. Coughlin's out the door. You guys go first. That's all that matters. I want to focus. I want to get every question answered. I want to make sure that you step back and you go, yeah, that car is going to look great. And I appreciate Jeff Server, who has a C8 ordered with us, making the acknowledgement and how I handled some of the stuff that Mike and I talked about on that order. And some of you else picked that up, but Jeff, you made a comment on the YouTube channel. I appreciate that, where I wasn't the sales guy where I was like, oh yeah, you need to take this, and oh yeah, you need the 3LT, man. Yeah, you got to get that, you got to get this, and just trying to upsell, the sugar bump as we call it. No. The price is going to be justified if the car is right. So yeah, we were taking stuff off the order, or you're waiting for us to push stuff on you, or you feel like you're compromised that you don't have that flexibility. In fact, one of the comments, and I don't know what video it was, but we've been talking about ordering and your selections and processes and things like that. We get a lot of these too. I want to share this one with you. Many of you may have read it because it's in the comments on a recent video. This comes from Jerry in Arizona. It says, Rick, I'm hoping you can help me with an ordering question. This goes to the point where we're just talking about. I've had a car ordered with a dealer in Arizona for second quarter delivery. Originally, the dealer told me that I had until the car was built to make changes to my order. Wrong. You put the order in. We went over this a lot of times too, so I'm sorry if this is redundant for some of you. So you put the order in, it's at preliminary status, it's 1100 status. I can generate 1,000 of those orders. Even those official GM order numbers, they mean nothing until the order is released, like we were doing with Mike on the phone the other day. So at that point, while you're waiting for the allocation to be dispersed, and if you're a dealer that has 100 and there's a cycle that GM says, hey, we're going to release some orders, you can't say, I need to order all 100. These guys are getting impatient. No, they say, here's 10 of your 100 that you can order. You call your 10 people. When you're notified on that Thursday, you have Thursday till Saturday to make changes, and we'll go into that in a second. You have really Thursday till Saturdays to tell GM, okay, here's the 10 orders that I want to be released in this cycle. Goes through batch processing over the weekend. On Tuesday, we get the orders back. We can see them one more time. We can get in there and alter them any way we wish, like we did with Mike the other day. You should be notified. The dealers you're dealing with should be telling you this stuff. This didn't happen with Jerry. So he goes out, he says, I wanted the natural dipped interior and I had ordered a 2LT. After figuring out, which he had to figure it out, and I know everybody's still in the digging and discovery stage on this car, and there's a lot to discover. This is the most customizable Corvette we've ever had to order. And coming from a guy that's ordered the cars for 25 years, man, you need to know what you're doing on this thing. So he figured out that he needed to go to 3LT to get the natural dipped interior. Okay, cool. So he calls his dealer and lets him know, hey, that's what I'm going to do, 3LT now, because that's what I want on my car. The dealer tells him, well, no, sorry, your order's already been released and accepted from General Motors, and we can no longer touch the order. So if this dealer got notification, and usually you get about 10 to 14 days notice that you're gonna have an allocation cycle coming up, and you'll know the quantity, so you can start letting guys know a little bit in advance. But even on that Thursday, call Jerry up, hey Jerry, we're gonna release your order this week. Any changes you wanna make? The conversation we had with Mike, and we always have with you guys, he didn't get. So I don't even know if Jerry's dealer actually released that order like we did the other night with Mike and sent it to production control. Maybe it's just sitting in preliminary status still, and the guy thinks, okay, that's it, and you can't touch the order anymore once it's entered. Incorrect. Even after the release of allocation cycle, once you go through batch processing on that final Tuesday, you get to it one more time and you can change the whole order. You can go from coupe to convertible because they're in the same allocation group. There is no separation from coupe and convertible. I mean, I regretted letting everybody know because I'm trying to let you know that yes, we're informed and we're staying on top of it and giving you the news that the new convertible was able to be released the other day. As soon as I did that, everybody thought that all the convertibles can go. No, your spot is still down here. It's just when it comes up, we can make it a convertible, coupe, whatever you want to do. So there's still a process that I'm going through with all of you. So Jerry, thanks for watching the channel. I hope somebody learned something from my little rant right there. I'm glad everybody enjoyed that impromptu phone call the other day with Mike. I can't even count how many text messages, phone calls, and emails. And he said, hey, that's pretty cool. Hey, are you going to call me when I do my order? I like to be on the vlog and go through it. So I think we'll have to pick one more. We'll do like one more. And then if I don't pick the one, it's like, yeah, you didn't pick me. It's just, but I think there is an education because people are continuing to discover this car and fall in love with this car. And we're going to get that new class of customer. The guy that was on my lot the other day that was looking in the back of the cars for the mid-engine and didn't realize that this wasn't the car, but he heard about it and he's like, well, I'm intrigued by Corvette. And he come out here, it's like, where's the... He's looking in the back of the car for the engine. Oh, it was really funny. But we're in for a fantastic ride. We've got a great future that's right before our very eyes. All right, let's go inside. Let's talk about our Flashback Friday segment. Bill from Georgia. It is Friday. It's time for our Flashback Friday segment, and I'm going to take you back to our channel 2 years ago this month when Bill and his son Joe came up here from Georgia, took delivery of a new Grand Sport. I was excited to do that, but I was nervous about him driving home because it was about, I think, 17 degrees when he was here, and he was going to drive home, and he did drive home on Cup 2 tires. Hey, if we're going to go outside, I got to be bundled up. Gotta be warm, and thanks to Bill's wife, I am. Look at this. I'm not gonna stand out here in the cold with you guys.
Yeah, the smart one.
I'm gonna be warm. Thank you, Mrs. Fox. I appreciate that. This, I really, truly, I mean, guys, look at this blanket. Oh my gosh, this thing, and it's really thick, and it's comfortable, and it's gorgeous. Yeah! Good to see you on the vlog. He watches the vlog. You know what? I gotta tell the folks the one story on who I thought you were for the many times that you would respond to the YouTube channel. So, you know, I watch the comments. I tell you guys, I try to reply as many comments as I possibly can. And I'd always see his comments. You guys have different handles and what have you. So his handle was WFOX. No, my background being in radio, to me, seeing a W in front of anything is a call sign. And FOX, I'm like, oh, this guy's like from Fox News or Fox TV or Fox Radio or something like that. And Bill always makes, oh, really nice job on the editing, Rick. And I'm like, oh, wow, somebody from Fox likes my editing. I was like, well, check this out. And then Bill make another nice comment. And I'm like, finally, he calls me. And he actually wants to do business, so that was a great honor. And I'm like, wow, that's cool, man. I appreciate that. And I'm like, well, hey, what TV station or radio station do you work for? And he goes, what are you talking about? What? I said, you work for WFOX. He's like, no, man, it's my initials. It's like, oh, okay, but I still appreciate the comments though. But I got all excited thinking that, you know, somebody was
famous.
Somebody was watching us. You know, I was like, oh, okay. But that was funny though, baby. That's how I perceived your WFOX was call signs. And this cold is not going to deter our spirit from picking up a car. Yeah, I'm still wearing this blanket, man. This thing, I'm not kidding you. This thing is gorgeous. But look at this. Speaking of gorgeous, look at this. Well, let me get a little closer. I apologize. It's locked.
Oh, you got the keys?
Yeah, I got the keys in my back pocket. But speaking of gorgeous, this is Bill's car right here. Look at that Grand Sport Z07 car. Big brakes, sweet looking tires, nice wing, and competition seats in there, Bill.
Yeah.
How they feel? As you nestle in there?
You feel good. Now, these are adjustable, right?
Yeah, those are adjustable. This blanket, I can't even talk about this blanket enough. You just gotta get a real good look. Here, you do me a favor, hold this camera. I'm gonna get a set here. Stand back here. Look at this thing.
Oh, doing modeling work.
What was your wife's first name again?
Kathy, with a C.
Kathy with a C?
Yeah.
Way to go. You're awesome. I really appreciate that. Happy New Year to you. We just got on the car. Bill goes, look what's on the radio. Hey, let me jump in here just for a second. As we mentioned, Bill is buying a Grand Sport with Cup 2 tires. It's been 2 years since he's taken delivery. I can't even tell you how many sets of Cup 2 tires he's been through, but I would have to imagine it's been a bunch because Bill uses his Corvette on the track. Here's some highlight clips from his Corvette extracurricular activity. All right, how they do? Get you all set in there?
Yeah, I even got my first phone call.
All right, fantastic, fantastic. Joe, pleasure to meet you, man.
Nice meeting you, man.
Thank you so much. Thanks for being on the vlog, too. Want to say hi to anybody back home?
Hi, Jeff.
Hey,
Hi to Victoria.
Victoria, too, yeah. Hey, Victoria.
Joe and Jeff and
all right,
Kathy
fantastic.
with a C.
I know you're going to have a lot of fun down there in Georgia. I'm looking forward to your stories and your feedback. Oh, there's one. I don't know if he's going to send this or not. Kathy, he was telling me about the picture of you.
75.
An older Corvette, those legs hanging out. He's like, yeah, so I want to see the before and the after leg shot. So Kathy, you got to give us a leg shot. Now he's in trouble because he told me that. And he's been waiting for me to do this. I hit had something else we were going to do on Sunday, but coming up this Sunday on Coffee with Conti, I'm not going to delay it. We are going to have a more detailed and focused conversation on Corvette becoming an SUV. Don't scream, don't throw stuff at the channel, Did somebody flip me off? Come on now. We'll have a conversation, some justification on where we're going in the future of Corvette. So hopefully you get a chance to join us this coming Sunday on Coffee with Conti. Subscribe to this channel, thumbs up this video, and good luck Corvette racing!